Ever since Offset's recent arrest, rumors have been swirling about what really went down and why Cardi B may have finally reached her breaking point. The moment word got out, fans were left wondering if this time, the drama had gone too far. For any hope of reconciliation, from cryptic text messages to alleged threats that made everyone's jaw drop, the story has spiraled into accusations, heartbreak, and legal chaos. Is this the final chapter of one of hip-hop's most turbulent relationships? Or could there be yet another twist nobody sees coming? Offset and Cardi B have always had a roller coaster kind of romance, but insiders say tension hit an all-time high once Cardi filed for divorce months ago. At first, it seemed like standard issues. Offset's rumored flirting on social media, Cardi's frustration with not being able to trust him, the usual back and forth that made headlines. But private messages soon suggested something more intense. Talk of unaliving, cryptic threats, and behavior that had friends on both sides. Concerned for everyone's safety. The truth, it appears, is far darker than typical celebrity drama. When Cardi recently spoke out, she described unnerving text exchanges where Offset allegedly begged her to take him back 1 minute, then lashed out with harsh words the next. Some messages apparently showed him claiming he'd harm himself if Cardi didn't give in, while others implied that he'd target her if she moved on. Hearing the word unalive thrown around alarmed even the most jaded fans who thought they'd seen it all from these two. It didn't help that he was also accused of sharing explicit content from their past to embarrass Cardi's potential. New partners. The entire situation made people question Offset's emotional state. Did heartbreak and rumored financial stress push him to desperation, or has he always operated on this level behind closed doors? Talk of Offset's money problems circulated for years, but only recently have reports hinted that the problem might be bigger than anyone realized. Some claim his flashy lifestyle relied heavily on Cardi's bank account. There are rumors about gambling debts, missed payments, and a habit of spending faster than he earns. Then came the scandal about his new girlfriend allegedly staying in the house Cardi paid for. Observers said the new fling flaunted photos of herself in Cardi's home, right down to snapping pictures in the main rooms and posting them online. If Offset was short on cash, critics wondered if this was his version of a power play, using Cardi's own property to rub in her face that he'd moved on. Adding more confusion to the mix is Offset's close-knit family. They've stood by him in past controversies, sometimes blaming Cardi for going public with issues they felt should stay private. Although an artist's family usually wants to keep the peace, rumors suggest some relatives may be enabling Offset's worst impulses. Cards fans argue that they should be intervening, urging him to back off and finalize the divorce. But instead, they've been protective of their son, possibly fueling the tension. Now that the authorities are reportedly looking into the threats Offset allegedly made, the stakes have never been higher. If Cardi can provide solid evidence that he threatened to harm her or himself, this could directly affect his custody arrangements. She initially requested primary custody when filing for divorce, and legal experts say that any behavior hinting at violence or instability could tip the scales heavily in her favor. Cardi's biggest priority these days is the well-being of her children, and people close to her say she's taking zero chances. If that means lawyering up and bringing in law enforcement, she's apparently ready to do it. Even Offset's other children could feel the ripple effects. Rumors suggest he hasn't been fully present in some of his kids' lives without Cardi pushing him to be a hands-on father. If these alleged threats and legal troubles escalate, questions may arise about his fitness to care for any of his kids, especially if he's in and out of court. Some of his past partners have hinted that Cardi was the only reason he began stepping up as a father. Without her there, speculation runs wild about how involved or financially capable he might be. Cardi herself, meanwhile, seems determined to protect her mental health and keep her focus on her family. She's hinted at moving on romantically, though the details of any new relationship are cloudy. What's clear is she's not looking to remain entangled in more drama. For the longest time, fans assumed she'd never walk away for good, since she forgave him so many times before. But judging by recent outbursts and the seriousness of these alleged threats, something has shifted. Insiders say she's fully ready to sign those papers, even if Offset keeps delaying, and won't let him steer the narrative that she's somehow holding him back. Some fans wonder if there's a chance Offset can patch things up, at least enough for a peaceful co-parenting relationship. Realistically, that depends on whether he can dial back his pride and rage, stop lashing out on social media, and show the court and Cardi that he respects boundaries. Others are skeptical. After all the online feuds, leaked messages, and explosive confessions, it might be too far gone for a friendly arrangement. If the rumors about him being broke and resentful hold any truth, that resentment could keep fueling the conflict rather than resolve it. The biggest question is what Offset's future looks like if he no longer has Cardi's support or finances. While he's still recognized for his music, his relevance has always soared highest when he and Cardi worked together as a power couple. Now, with so much dirty laundry aired in public, it's possible his brand could suffer. The industry thrives on headlines, but even scandal-loving fans reach a limit with certain behavior. If legal repercussions follow, the music and brand deals could dry up just as quickly as the money he's rumored to be blowing. There's no telling how this story ends, but one thing is certain: both Offset and Cardi B are in the thick of a life-changing chapter that could reshape their careers, their family dynamic, and their personal freedoms. On one side, you have a mother and superstar determined to protect herself and her kids. On the other, you have a father who may be spiraling under pressure and pride, making one disastrous decision after another. Will these two find a way to handle their differences quietly and shield their children from further turmoil, or is the drama far from over? Let the gossip swirl, but the facts remain. An arrest has been made, allegations of unalive threats have been thrown around, and a family stands on the brink of permanent fracture. Only time will tell whether Offset's actions are the beginning of his downfall or the wake-up call that finally pushes him to turn things around. In the meantime, the public will be watching every twist, every leaked receipt, and every new rumor that finds its way online. The question is, after all this chaos, can anyone truly fix what's been broken, or has the damage gone too far? Share your thoughts below. Is Offset out of control, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Do you think Cardi B will ever forgive him enough to co-parent peacefully, or is she done for good? Drop a comment and keep the conversation going, because this saga is nowhere near finished, and the final outcome might be the biggest shock of all. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and feel free to watch one of these other videos.